This account, Cloud Nacho, was created at the beginning of 2026 and now in March it has reached over 400,000 waves total done. In the last previous checkup video, it was around 200,000 waves done with around 25,000 defense done for the legendary dragon. And since then I have doubled not just the wave level but also the dragon defense as well, so the current legendary dragon defense is now over plus 50,000. There's been some item upgrades which I will be sharing with you guys today, but most importantly we will focus not only the wave build itself but also take a look at a profitable gold auto battle build that I have been slowly preparing for this account. Again, this account is completely free to play and I hope this documentation will help you as you are making your own journey throughout the game, slowly climbing towards the later parts of the game. For the main wave build, as you can see in here, I'm still running the Devil Horn 3 with free auto battle. There hasn't been any changes in there and there hasn't been any changes on the layout. It looks exactly the same as previously. The only thing that you need to change when you are climbing towards the later parts of the game at this point is to remember to keep on leveling up your units, spending your skill points in the skill tree whenever you earn more, and most importantly, try and get better and better gear for your heroes. I currently have 3 CDE lines in this build, so yellow eat your items with a cooldown skill level +1 line. And that amount is completely fine for running this level of Devil Horn, and going for Devil Horn 4 or Devil Horn 5 is way out of reach at this point. And it's not something that you reasonably would want to go after at this point anyway. Your main goal at this point should be slowly trying to flip this build into a profitable gold auto battle build first and start using that on the Devil Horn 3 level instead. And then climb towards Devil Horn 4 and Devil Horn 5 with that gold build eventually. But running Devil Horn 3 with free auto battle at this point is completely fine. Being able to run the gold build is something that can happen for you approximately between 400,000 waves and 1 million waves. It really depends on a lot of factors, the key factors being the amount of skill points that you have and how great items you have been able to get for your heroes. We'll go through the skill tree part in just one moment. The battle results of the free auto battle build currently looks like this. There hasn't been any real major changes, only the levels of the units have improved and their items have improved as well. And as for the P1 heroes, which refers to leveling a hero to level 10,000 so that you can get 1 skill point, I have been leveling. In addition to my damage dealers, I have gained my Dark Elf to level 10,000 and my Dark Assassin to level 10,000. And I'm currently working on Dorothy, who will soon join the level 10,000 units as well. For the units that can be leveled towards level 10,000 using crystals, I have these 7 heroes done currently, and I'll be leveling them up one by one. The order doesn't really make that much of a difference, just start with the ones that you mostly used in your build. Your goal is eventually to level all of them to level 10,000 and then start working on your casual parts and level them to level 10,000 as well. This is all done for the sole reason that you will get more skill points for your skill tree, which, trust me, can make a huge difference. The skill tree for the free auto battle build currently looks like this. There's a couple of lightning damage nodes missing in the lightning tree that I have temporarily taken off so that I can read the strafe nodes in the physical tree section. This will give my dark lightning archer a great boost and make her a more reliable boss killer in the build. I will link an image version of this skill tree in the description so you can take a closer look at it whenever you have the time to do so. But don't rush off just yet, as I did promise we will take a look at a profitable gold auto battle build today as well. And that's exactly what you can see in action in here right now. This setup requires around 80 skill points for the minimum starting point so that you can get everything that you need in the skill tree for this. But before you jump into creating this one for yourself, I want to say a couple of important things first. First of all, gold builds are always weaker than free auto battle builds because you need to be able to add 3 gold heroes in your build, which means you will be able to get less crowd control heroes, less healing heroes, less support heroes, or a combination of all 3 of those, which of course means your build will be struggling a bit more against the waves. And in here, as you can see, especially on this account, since it's completely free to play, I don't have the 13 hero slot, which means that I currently don't have room for any summon unit for crowd control in this build. And that's really not something that's optimal. I would definitely want to have Dorothy or Slingers in here, but currently there just isn't any room for either of those. Eventually, I will be able to drop Hunter from the build, and then I will have 1 slot for either one of those units, but that will still require for me to get more skill points, better items and lower cooldown for my pure wizard before that becomes possible. So that's something that I can look forward in the future. Having 13 hero slot would help in this case, for sure, but since it's completely free to play account again, I don't have the luxury to do that. However, do not despair, as this leads me to the second important note. You do not have to use a profitable gold auto battle build at this point. In fact, it might even be better if you don't. Why? Because the higher your wave level is, the more gold you will be earning per wave. So if you can keep on running a higher Devilhorn level 3 auto battle build, it might be better for you to speed through the waves, get into a higher wave level, gain more skill points, which in turn will also make your gold build stronger as well. For example, this build right here, Cloud Nacho, can handle Devilhorn 2 with gold auto battle, but even that's a little bit shaky. Devilhorn 3 is out of the reach. So the goal ultimately would be keep on using Devilhorn 3 free auto battle and then flip that into a Devilhorn 3 gold auto battle eventually. So in reality, I have just set this gold build up in here in advance so that I can easily stress test the build while still keeping my main focus on the free auto battle build for now. If you want more information about creating a gold build, check out my gold build guide video I have created earlier. I will link it in the description for you. The skill tree for the gold build at 80 skill points looks something like this, and this is what I would consider to be the minimum amount of skill points that you need in order to reach everything that you want in the skill tree, and this is something that you can reach around 400,000 waves, depending a little bit of how many level 10,000 units you have been able to create up until that point. The important part in here are the Town Archer nodes in the top right corner of the skill tree, so that you can get your S tier items and orb for your Town Archers, who are one of the main damage dealer of the setup. And also the more monsters nodes in the summon tree, which will give you more monsters to kill per each wave, and that directly translates to more gold per wave. So this is a node that you definitely need for your gold builds, even though it makes your battles a little bit tougher to crack. Other than that, you obviously need this lightning tree, as many things in there as you can get, and once you keep on earning more points, you will want to keep on filling those lightning nodes in there as well. If you're using slingers in your wave build, try to get the slinger piercing node in the summon tree as soon as you can. It will be a tremendous crowd control boost for your build. And also, additionally, whenever you will be able to earn more skill points, you will eventually want to go into the physical tree and get the strafe nodes for your Dark Lightning Archer and the haste node for your Town Archer as well. But consider this as a foundation of your Lightning Town Archer's gold auto battle build, and I will also link an image version of this skill tree in the description so you can save it for yourself for later use. As for the items, my Town Archers have gained a slightly better bow than last time. The last one had damage and attack speed lines, and I've also placed 2 attack speed runes on that item because Town Archers are, after all, one of the main damage dealers of this build. Eventually, I would like to get a double critical damage bow for them, but luck hasn't been on my side regarding that just yet. For Thor, the items are the same as previously, but I did place a second rune on the hammer so that I can get a little bit more attack speed, which will give me a slight boost for Thor's damage as well. The accessory doesn't deserve a second rune in my opinion because it has one useless main line on it. Zeus has the same hammer as previously, but I got insanely lucky with getting a double critical damage CDE item, so I placed that on my Zeus for now, and I also placed a boss damage rune on that one as well. It would definitely deserve a second rune as well, but placing one on an ether item cost 14 boxes, and this account just unfortunately can't afford something like this for now. But all in all, I'm super satisfied about that item because it will practically be usable forever for this account. For DLA, the items are the same, the only difference is that I have placed one attack speed rune on the bow as well, so both items now have one attack speed rune on them. The items on Smith and Chrono are the same as previously, there has been no changes in there. Once I get a little bit more CDE lines for my account, I will likely be able to use some on Smith for waving, as he doesn't really need any cooldown lines for the wave build, but these are what I'm using currently for now. And as for Pure Wizard and Dark Necromancer, they both have gained a little bit better cooldown accessories, double cooldown accessories than what they previously had, and both of their cooldown has gone down around half a second since the previous video, so I'm really satisfied about that one. And also the Necromancer accessory happened to get a damage skill level +1 line as an ether item, and that means just a little bit of free damage for my build, and I'm most certainly not complaining about getting a free damage for my setup. There's also a hero damage rune on the staff. I have one on my Smith as well, but this is just in here in case I do some variation of the setup where Smith isn't present. only one of each of these skill level runes will apply, so using multiple won't give me any additional benefit. It's just in there in case I don't have Smith in my setup. Dark Skeleton and Dark Hunter have both gained accessories with defense skill level +1 lines, which helps me a little bit in my Infinite Colony battles. Eventually my goal will be to replace these with CDE lines, but until then I will keep on running these items for both of these units. My Skeleton is still in double proc range, so his cooldown is less than pure wizards, and my Hunter also got a double cooldown bow now, since I happen to find one. It doesn't necessarily help a lot in my wave build, but since I got one, it's on there now. Dorothy, on the other hand, has seen a great boost. My another new CDE item happened to be a stun +1 summoned unit accessory, which just works perfectly beautifully on Dorothy for now. It will also work super greatly for slingers eventually when I start using them as well. So Laku is very happy, Laku is very proud of little Cloud Nacho about this item. This is just such a beautiful item, which I will probably be using forever on this account. My Ice Wizard just received the old double cooldown accessory that was previously on my Pure Wizard, so that's the only change Dark Ice Wizard has seen in this build. And finally, my Dark Assassin has gotten a new sword, and Defender got the Curse Orb once it reached level 10,000. And those are the last changes that I have been able to make for this wave setup for this account. And so these are small and big changes here and there, and that's exactly how you should be looking at progressing in this game. Do small upgrades here and there, and that will add up and make your build stronger. My Infinite Colony setup looks exactly the same as previously. I did improve my Dark Elf items a little bit by adding one attack speed rune on each item, since I was unable to find any actual item upgrades for her. As long as I keep on using my free Autobattle build, my colonies are the main source of my gold income, so I will definitely want to keep on investing in my colony build as well. My current Infinite Colony level is 3330, and that gives me a ratio of approximately 7.9. In the previous video it was around 6.6, so there's also been an upgrade, a little bit upgrade since then for that one as well, and I will definitely keep on working on upgrading that even further as well. So the next step for Cloud Nacho is mainly to keep on waving and leveling my units towards level 10,000 so I can get more skill points and eventually be able to use the Devil Horn 3 with Gold Autobattle build. And of course I would love to get a couple of item upgrades here and there as well. But let's see how lucky I will be with that. I already have 50,000 defense on Legend Dragon, so I don't know how much more I want to keep on doing the Legend Dragon for. I would want to start mentally preparing myself for the Bone Dragon farming. That's still a little bit farther away, but eventually it will be happening. Thank you very much for watching. I will see you in the next video. The comment section is yours to use if you have any questions regarding this video, this build, or any videos in general, so feel free to drop a comment down below. There's a bunch of video links in the description that you can use for yourself, mainly video guides for every build that I have used on this account, so feel free to use those into your own advantage while you are making progression throughout the game. Thank you very much, I will see you next time, bye!